Hello, I'm Samantha Hedrick, and I'm going to talk about how components apply to reading instruction. First, I'm going to start with phonemic awareness and how it applies to reading instruction in the classroom. So first, phonemic awareness applies to reading instruction in so many ways. It shows readers to notice how letters represent sounds, and it primes readers for print. It gives readers a way to approach sounding out and reading new words. It teaches readers that the letters and the words are represented by sounds. And that is the component of phonemic awareness. Next, I would like to talk about phonics and how it applies to reading instruction. Phonics. When a teacher teaches phonics, they are teaching them the relationship between the letters of written language and the individual sounds of spoken language. This teaches children to use these relationships to read and write words. And the next one I'm going to talk about is vocabulary. And vocabulary is so important because if kids are reading books and there's so many unfamiliar words in them that they don't know what it means, they're not going to be able to understand what they're reading, and they're not going to be able to comprehend what they're reading if there's so many words in there that they don't even know what they mean. So it is important to introduce certain words. Before I read a story, I go over certain words with like a visual to my students so they know what these words are when we come to them when we're reading a story. So that's how vocabulary, how it applies to reading instruction. Next, I'm going to talk about fluency. Fluency instruction can help students understand that the reading should sound natural. So when you are teaching fluency, it helps the readers become, I guess it just makes everything so smooth as they're reading. It makes things fast. It makes things come out in an expressive way. So influence is important because it should be quick, accurate, and expressive. When fluency is taught, it makes reading smoothly. So like I mentioned before, it just helps when readers are better readers when they are fluent as they read. So that's how fluency is important when it comes to reading instruction. And last, I would like to talk about comprehension. Comprehension is the process of constructing meaning from text. The goal of all reading instruction is ultimately targeted at helping a reader comprehend text. Comprehension is the ultimate goal of reading instruction. So when you're teaching comprehension, there's different ways that you can assess and see if your students are comprehending the story. Just like simple questions at the end of the story, after you read it or after they read it, just asking them questions about the text that they read or you read and seeing if they can answer those. Also, I really enjoy doing sequence stories. Like if we'll put a big chart paper up and we'll put beginning, middle, and end. And my students, I have pre-K students, so they'll help me draw pictures of what happens first, next, and at the end. And eventually, towards the end of the year, we'll start labeling those as well with words. So yes, comprehension is important to just know if readers are good at reading, they also need to be able to comprehend what they are reading. So that is comprehension. And those are all the components that I'm going to talk about that apply to reading instruction. Make sure that you look at the different documents of activities that are used for these instructions as well. Thanks for watching. Bye.